YouTube. Thank you for watching today. This is the Spectrum 29, the Dead and Divine release party. Woo! Okay, so today we're just celebrating the release party for this issue of Spectrum Publishing, based here out of Pasadena, California. I'm very excited to see some of the people that are in this issue read. This event is taking place live at My Place Cafe in Pasadena, California. So with the My Place Cafe social media pages, we have attracted more individuals to submit to Spectrum, including Southern California's very own Carly Creeley, who's on page 30. She is very interested in anthropology as a whole. She's a great friend of mine. She might even have an art event here in 2022. So I'm very excited for her. And last weekend we had her husband Scott Creeley lead the Spectrum Publishing print and internet workshop, along with poets that read for Cyber Wit Press. So this is what we're doing today. We're just having a good time. We also have Simone B catering pop-up, where there's a raffle ongoing right now. So for those that have participated on our My Place Cafe social media page, the winner will be announced during this event today before 5 o'clock. So stay tuned and find out if you won, if you participated in Simone B's cupcake raffle. Thank you so much. All right, so Bill Cushing just handed me a poem today that is titled Born on a Halloween. I mean, because in IRL, in real life, there are people born in Halloween or around Halloween. So I'm going to read this poem here that he just handed me right now. Born on a Halloween by Bruce the Booze Boss Spookstein. He was born in LA on a Halloween. Poet King, Pasadena scene. Captain of the Spectrum Poets team. Poetry man, if y'all know what I mean. Born on a Halloween. He was born on a Halloween. Happy birthday to a Poetry King. Born on a Halloween, just like Carly Creeley. She was born yesterday, actually. And I actually got to hang out with her the day before at the Love Song in downtown LA for a comedy show. That was actually very fun for me to attend something like that. A comedy show, you know, where you get like a berry bitty bonbon that contains mezcal and raspberry and blueberry. It was delicious, and to see all the comedians that read, including Lindsay Deming, she was fucking awesome. So yeah, if you want to follow more on the comedy scene on that, maybe follow My Place Cafe. Maybe we'll try our best to like repost that information so you can attend that as well. Because the Love Song, they have some amazing cocktails. They really do. I'm not lying. No cap. Okay. Was I loud? Oh, okay. Oh, I apologize. Okay. Yeah. Also, Carly Creeley, as I mentioned, Carly Creeley was featured in this. Her birthday was yesterday. Yeah, when she shows up, just tell her happy birthday. Carly Creeley. Yeah. Wife of the amazing Scott Creeley. I know that rhymes, right? Yeah. You watched his event last Saturday, right? Scott Creeley's internet workshop. Oh, okay. Yeah. Give care of the first hour. Yes. He should be here today. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. right, so to let you know who's in the house today here at My Place Cafe for the Spectrum and Release Party, we got here the ones that I see with my own eyes in IRL. We have someone else that's here. His poem is titled "Tonight I Hugged an Angel." All right, and who else I see with my own eyes in IRL is Carl Stillwell, my family. Alrighty. Also, that's here in right now here in IRL is let's see here. Yes, I got that term from Diva Padilla from Rearte and Dryland. Yeah. Gwendolyn Fisher, everyone, and enthusiastically speaking. Huh? Fly like the wind. Woo! Can I read your poem right now? Can I read part of your poem right now? Yeah, this is like a backstage part of this event. When I die, am dead and buried, deceased, expired like sour milk, and have met my maker in the happy hunting ground, crossed the great divide, the river Styx, gone to glory, over to the other side. I'm gonna just read that part only, and then when it's Gwendolyn's turn, she will read the rest of it. Alrighty. Dina Gamora, a favorite of Spectrum, is also in this issue. We'll probably see him on the Zoom side. If you want to see his actual face, you can watch this Facebook version of this event. Molly Fatu, a great friend of mine who was a featured poet in the Juneteenth special for My Place Cafe. The poem that is published in this issue is called My Eulogy Funeral. Whatever time I leave this place they call Earth, I wonder who will be there as I lay for one last time in my silver black and black casket. As those who love me will say their testimonies about our relationship together. My Nubian queen goddess Jen and our Alpha Kazi children on her side, saying their last goodbyes, transitioning into the next life waiting for them when the time comes. I'm not going to read all of it right now because I want him to read it because it's going to be a great one. R.A. Rudolph, a Zoom favorite for Spectrum Publishing. I'm excited for her to read her poem, 1874. But I will read the last part right here. On May 28, 2021, the undocumented graves of 215 children were confirmed at the site of Kamloops Residential School in British Columbia. On May 30th, Parliament ordered the Canadian flag to be lowered to half-mast indefinitely. As of September 30th, 2021, well, it says right here in print, as of 30 September 2021, but I mean, you get the gist, right? 1,874 unmarked graves at 10 sites have been confirmed and reported. Investigations continue at 20 sites, with more investigations planned. Over more than a century, the Canadian government funded a total of 139 schools operated by the United Church and Catholic Church. Many other schools operated without direct government support. At least 150,000 First Nation children aged 4 through 16 were forced to attend schools. Physical, sexual, and psychological abuse were rampant. Mortality rates at some schools exceeded 20% and possibly higher, as many deaths were not recorded. The last residential school closed in 1998. Okay. Radimir Luza is also in this issue. His poem is titled The Dead and Depressed. Mark Fisher's poem is titled Terminal. Alrighty, Bill Cushing, who's here with us this afternoon, his poem is titled Apologia. Alrighty. Carly Creeley, as I mentioned earlier in this podcast, she did an amazing artwork. She's an amazing artist, by the way. Del Marina of Golden Foothills Press also is featured in this issue, and her poem that's in The Dead and Divine is titled Deniers. How can denials be defended when inferno swallow homes faster than an ember flies? When Wildfires burst alive like frantic bombs. Skyscraper flames erasing neighborhoods and woods. Charles Harmon is in this issue. His poem is titled Divining from the Dead. Rick Letty is also in this issue. He has a graphic piece here, which I love these actually. I really do. And also he has a poem here called This House. Jackie Chow, who's in the house, has a poem titled Another One Bites the Dust. Yay! Another one bites the dust. Another one go, and another one go, and another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. He swings me around as we dance the cha-cha. My chiffon dress flares iridescent under the strobe light. My feet in sync with the upbeat tune until the end of the song. I'm not reading the rest of it because she'll read it. Tom Garzone has a poem in here called Why Poetry Can't Die. Why the fuck do we want poetry to die? What the fuck is wrong, y'all? Okay. Ken Scott has a poem in here titled Forever Pregnant. Oh God. Yeah. There's some people that feel like, when they're actually, expecting that it's gonna last forever. So maybe I'm saying too much here, I don't know. So anyways, I'm gonna move on. Alejandro Morales, who's gonna lead next month's print and internet workshop at Spectrum Publishing. You can watch that on Spectrum Publishing's Facebook page. His poem is titled William Laga. Again, next month, he's leading the print and internet workshop. All right. Patricia Murphy has a poem titled The Dead and the Divine. The dead will arrive with the divine. For to be divine is heavenly. Why not? Yes, right? I'm a Christian. I relate to that. Sarah Rose Dirkidson made this amazing drawing here. I actually like it. I wish I could be this talented to draw something like this detailed. Lori Holloway, who's here with us this afternoon, has a poem titled Contemplation. I know, I'm like mispronouncing words right now because I've been reading so much. Round bulbs buried inside pot of dirt, naked branch stuck in ground. Both appear to be dead. All right, she'll read the rest of that. Rose Liu, also known as Xing Feng Wang, has a poem in here titled Do We Still Have a Chance? J.T. Foster, who's here with us, who is the distributor of Spectrum Publishing with his company titled Butt Naked Press. Anyways, the Trump of Rumor. Legend says sister split hairs gave brother event consent to partake of the first sin, and when content, she spawned and birthed twin sons. Rumor, in fact, the two were raised with different goals intact. Again, he'll read the rest of that this afternoon in this broadcast. Chris Askew has a poem in here titled Persistence of Vision. Mira has a poem in here titled Life and Death. Dawn, who is the operator of Spectrum, has a poem in here titled Fear. James Coates, who is a regular with not only Spectrum, but CLI/Sims Poetry Library off of Florence and 4th Street in the border of South Central LA in Inglewood, has a poem titled What is Left? Nothing is lost, but what is left? There's no pain in a better place. All is the wage paid to death. If he reads, maybe he'll read the rest of it. Yeah, he is. Excellent. Patrick Thomas Jeffries has a poem in here titled Kaleidoscope Chain. Coco, who is the co-host for this afternoon's release party, has a poem in here titled The Savage One Is You. And with that, I'll go ahead and have Coco set up here real quick, all right? Thank you. Yes. Okay. So for those that are waiting here on the YouTube stream, enjoy the lovely sound of a blender operating. Again, I'm not trying to be funny or like or anything like that. I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Latonya Smith is the owner of the lovely My Place Cafe. You can't wait. Okay. She is the reason why we are having this event. As like we had the other Spectrum release parties this year, we give her a great thanks for allowing us to have these release parties. They are an amazing time for the local community, poetry community of Pasadena, Altadena, the Alta Pasa community. Jesse. Jesse. Go by. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can put it right here in the very front. Yeah, that works. Hey Ken. Hey Rose Hamilton. I just referenced your poem in the YouTube version of this event. Hello Mira. Hello Tom. We are having a great time today.
So you just referenced my poem where? I didn't hear that. Okay, yeah, Coco. Coco, you look fantastic. We are live. Coco. She's looking like Superwoman. I love it. Wonder Woman, actually, yeah. Wonder Woman, yeah. I, of all people, should know the difference. My mom was a huge Wonder Woman fan from the time she was a little girl in rural Virginia. Wonder Woman got her through all kinds of stuff.
Okay, so I'm actually Wanda from WandaVision, but that's beside the point. I'm about to start us live, so I had some technical difficulties. I went ahead and I resolved them. So I'm about to hit the live button. For those of you who are familiar, if you are not the poet that is speaking, please mute your mic. If you do not wish for your face to be seen, stop video now because I am going to live stream this meeting via Facebook. Okay, so. time. Let's try this one more time. Okay, it's right here. This is where I want to be. Okay, spectrum. Okay, and for those of you who are watching us via YouTube, thank you for tuning in. We are now officially live on Facebook. So let's get this party started. Got it? Let's see it. Got it. Perfect. Okay, we are ready to go. So if you want to take it away. Have fun, everyone.
Off with the mask. Let's get on with the poetry. Thanks for coming. Let me do the commercial. This poetry event is brought to you by Spectrum with the support of its subscribers. And we have a list of subscribers that opens up every issue of Spectrum. And please join that list. That's what keeps us going. You can join for $40 a year or $75, covers you for 2 years. And it keeps our venue open. So, and I just have to run that out. I'm trying to get to 90. We get to 90, we get back to giving our subscribers free issues and almost up to a pre-pandemic state. But as it is today, we're going to bring out poetry and our first poets. Hi there, Richard and Paulie. Good to see you. I'm glad you joined us. Our first poet today in the book is Someone Else. And if that's not you, just hold on tight. He'll be up here now. Someone else.
I don't know, do I look into the computer or do I look out to the people? Personal choice. Well, since I pretty much read these anyway. All right, so this one's called Tonight I Hugged an Angel. Tonight I hugged an angel and it made my night. As she looked me in the eyes and held me real tight, I sang to her a song and I saw her dance as her stunning beauty had me in a trance. Tonight I hugged an angel and it made me so happy. Tonight I was in heaven because she talked to me.
Okay. Is Bruce on our Zoom? Did Bruce show up at the Zoom meet? Bruce McRae. Okay, Bruce, you're not there. Cheryl Levinson, did you make it in? How many people are out there? Only 14. Cheryl, are you there? Unmute yourself. Hey, if I call your name and you're not at the live event, please bellow out that you're here. Linda Singer, did you make it to the reading? No, you didn't. Beverly Collins?
I made it.
Ah, good. Oh, Linda Singer made it. Linda made it. Good.
Yeah. I'm
Good.
sorry, I had my mute on.
Oh, okay, beautiful. Then it's not the big carnival I thought it was. Bad carnival I thought it was going to be. Hey, you've got the carnival. You take us away, Linda Singer.
All right, carnival. Heavy footsteps clomp up the stairs. It's that bitch, time. Hovering behind the door, breathing heavy, holding an hourglass in each hand. One for me, one for Bill. Bill, who has terminal something, but doesn't talk about it because he doesn't know how, because he wants to protect me, because he wants to deny reality. Life is a carnival, a slideshow of mirrors, a stack of marked cards of the dark sleeve of providence, and ashes to ashes to ashes.
Wow.
One day soon, I too will climb into a box, and death will saw me in half. In the meantime, I've written Bill's name in the dust on the bedside table so that I can remember his laughter.
Wow, Linda. Ashes to ashes. Wow, Linda, good. This is a strong edition. I got to read some of the poems, many of the poems. I didn't get to get the edition in my hands till Thursday, but I've gone through them. Strong edition. Next up, we have Marilyn Stalder Burke, and she's live, folks. Here she comes.
For Pogo, fecund and fetid, futureless focus fixed, snarled smile, surviving eons, outliving the dinosaur, by motorized meteor now extinguished, posterity perishing in your pouch. Gently encased in plastic, lest avian dinosaur descendants desecrate you and yours, a prehistoric link crumbled curbside as Tuesday's trash.
What a dark collection. Beverly, are you there? Beverly Collins, did you make it in? No, we're missing you, Beverly. Because since this is on YouTube, you may see this later. We missed you, Beverly. Robert Fleming. He's on Zoom.
Good evening. I'm Robert. I'm a writer from Delaware. I'm currently in Montreal. I'm going to read one piece from the dead and one from the divine. So this is my dead poem.
No, just one, please. Just read the dead, please.
Okay, just the dead. I was looking forward to no more poetry and no more pulse. Teacher taught poetry. Get off the soccer field. Get back in the classroom. Your head is as empty as a soccer ball. It is a metaphor. No, you can't go to the bathroom. Drats, damn poetry teacher. All those dead poems. Men dead on the battlefield. Don't you dare read a war poem. A bird who returns as a raven. Oh, schmo, raven, schmaven. No, don't you dare. I want to stay dead. Even the dead are not exempt from poetry.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you very much. Robert, put it in the chat if you want me to send you one of those out. There's a way we can do that, but we're going to run out soon. So I think I've got 14 copies on hand. If you don't have yours, you better put in a call for it. Carl Stillwell is in the house.
Okay, this is page 8. My family. I'm from a metaphor comparing, image sharing, sonneting, villanelling, haiku and pantomime, back and free versing, take no shit, poetry family, ILOL, and fixes a cute kitten and puppy dog, Trixes shown on Facebook Family Albums by brother and sister poets. Alta Pasa, oohs and ahs when grandparent bards display photos of beautiful grandkids. I send hearts and congratulations to proud parents exhibiting snapshots of high school or university graduates, along with emojis of rad to articles or videos of Mother Earth fuckers using sacred land, waters, and sky as their private sewers to maximize profits while threatening to rob these beautiful children and grandchildren of their future. Sure, we scrabble and fight. What family don't? Your poem, prose, not poetry. Walt Whitman sucks. Emily Dickinson rocks. Vice versa. However, when suffering inevitably comes, a sister or brother poet or their loved ones get cancer or COVID-19, a coming surgery, a death of a mother, father, daughter, son, loss of a dog, cat, goldfish, or canary, was we surround with our love. We are family. We U.S. poets, not America first. We are from America first. We descended from Holy Womb of Black Eve 200,000 years ago. And poets know. You know that if you don't know where you came from, you won't know where the hell you're going. So don't give us no racist bullshit about all lives matter. The descendants of slave criminals continue to be judge, jury, and executioners of the dark air. All for selling cigarettes on sidewalks. Using a counterfeit $20 bill to buy something. Driving with expired license tags. Not signaling with changing lanes. Jaywalking and other misdemeanor stuff. No lives can matter until Black Lives Matter. We are metaphor comparing, image sharing, sonneting, villanelling, haiku and pan-tubing, blank and free versing, take no shit, kick ass, portrait family.
And there you have it, Willie Stargell from the death, from the grave, calling out, we are family. Joan McInerney, are you in the house? Back in New York. I know Joanne Maestera is in the house. It's the first time we're publishing her, and so up she comes. Oh, she's going to remain anonymous. Someone's going to read her poem.
Namely me. Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Kelly Green, and I'm going to read this poem by the poet Joanne Maestera. It's a poem in two parts. One part about her father and one part about her mother. The title of the poem is When the End Comes. Part one, Father. Stark room equipped for efficiency, not warmth. Antiseptic smell defines the scene that awaits. Bed for one with buttons, pulleys, and other contraptions. Crisp sheets concealing rubber pad below, just in case. He lays in the center, head raised to aid breathing, looking so small and depleted, unlike the robust man of years past. Intravenous needle in arm and tube down throat. One bringing life-extending fluids in, the other suctioning unwanted excess out. Sidebars raised for no apparent reason, not going anywhere, ever. She sits in small upright chair to the right, seeing life's struggle playing out, a silent observer when comforting words should come, but do not. Unable to grieve as should be, helpless to feel loss as social norms dictate. Eyes still alert, look to the right, seeking her out, communicating a desire to connect. Withered claw-like hand with yellow nails, no longer worth cutting, reaches the top of the sidebar with effort, pointing to her, longing for one last touch. Part two, Mother. Gurney exits the operating room, wheeled by orderlies just doing their job, accompanied by surgeon, assured and authoritative, ready to deliver the verdict, thumbs up or down, depending. Family of two awaits, all that is left of the unit. Siblings distant in years and miles and with differing perceptions of growing up. Anticipating the result with hopeful faces, masking reality. Surgery successful, as they always say, couched in relative terms, for her age, and physical condition. She smiles, as always, trying her best to make things easier when it should be the other way around, keeping the waters calm and sensing the tension, her role throughout the years together. Wheeled into sterile, brightly lit lockdown ICU, nurses expert in this level of care take over. We sit in chairs at the periphery, observers with no role or responsibility, wondering how life will change when she is gone.
I think you can only read about 4 poems of this at a time, folks, and come back. It's good. It's a solid collection. Lawrence Berger. You're in the house, right, Lawrence?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is Poetry Pisces Jam, 8/27/21. Starting your day with a glass of ambrosia. Continues to digest words till lunch. Watch as Pegasus rises over Dutchess County and leads the animals to their day to shine. The stage is easy. Poetry is one-to-one, no matter how many people are in the audience. You need to submit, you need to publish, you need to produce, but always remember, until you die, everything's a rewrite.
There we go. There's a light one. Thank you. Thank you. I needed that. Yeah. Until you die, everything's a rewrite. Good. Yeah. Marianne Slick, I know you're here. Is it Slick?
Yes, it is. You got it.
Well, wonderful. Yeah. Then you take over, please.
Okay, let me put my glasses on and I will read. I don't know if people know who Eric Dolphy is. He's a jazz musician. I mentioned him at the end of the poem. But I want to make sure that I say that. Okay, let me. Okay, here we go.
Oh, she's finding her poem?
Okay, I'm finding my poem.
I'm sorry. I couldn't get the books out in time. You know, this instant publisher we used is no longer instant. So,
Oh, no.
yeah. So.
Okay, here's the poem.
Good.
First time at the Willow Jazz Club, 1984. November night, long fallen, we two left the campus of synth pop, hurrying past bare maple trees to the coffin-shaped club, one flight down from Ball Square's broken sidewalks. Your friend was playing bass that night. I don't recall him or his songs. I recall his guest, Ted Curson, first shaven-headed man I'd seen. He had driven up from Philly. He announced the next song, Rap and Corruption, to our cheers, loud enough to drown out the jukebox at Foley's Bar and Grill next door, where West Somerville's finest drank. While younger white men played horn, bass, and drum, Curson, someone's dad, and a turtleneck played cowbell. I still hear and feel its beat. Hear the thin Thursday crowd cheer him on. Looking for this song on YouTube, I find only a young, almost clean-shaven trumpeter who plays Tears for Times Gone, Tears for Songs Lost, Tears for his friend Eric who had died. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Keep sending us poetry.
Thanks.
Okay. Judy Barrett, are you in the house? Judy didn't make it. She didn't make it. Okay, Judy didn't make it. But Gwendolyn's here. Gwendolyn's going to make it to the mic. And Maria Aran, I don't think you're out there. You're next up.
A lot of great poetry. Okay, this is called Euphemistically Speaking. When I die, am dead and buried, deceased, expired like sour milk, and have met my maker in the happy hunting ground, crossed a great divide, the river Styx, gone to glory over to the other side, paid the piper, croaked, gone to where the angels came from, entered the pearly gates, or not, sprouted wings, and am 6 feet under, wandering Elysian fields. When I've kicked the bucket and am no more, when I've bought the farm and paid for Charons, when I'm resting in peace, eternal rest, when I'm checked out like a library book, when I breathe my last and departed this earth, when I'm in a better place as worm food and found pushing up daisies, when I slip away and am lost and give up the ghost and truly cease to be just a memory, when I join my ancestors across the rainbow bridge, when my number's up and I cash in my chip and have left this life to be with my Lord, I will be united with the divine creator in the starlit heavens. Thank you.
All right. I think the next poet up is Kelly Green. So let me back away and give it to him again.
Hello again, everybody. In 1996, my dad passed away, and we went out on a bitter cold December day to distribute his ashes at Jones Beach on Long Island, New York, his favorite place to ever be. My mom, my dad, my brother, my mom, my brother and sister and I, and we unleashed his ashes. So here's the poem, Unleashing Dad's Ashes. We hold what the fire begat, delivered to us like a 10-pound bag of flour, and timidly tear the paper, the skin of a cocoon. The cooped up ashes taste the teeth-chattering wind and explode along the foamy fringe where ocean spanks earth, his favorite vista. They ribbon like a primordial eel amidst the buffeting breeze for hundreds of yards and snap with the berserk energy of a bronco disposing of its rider. We behold what the air fancies, his smoky ash molecules, unrelated now, but still reflexive as a school of minnows, twist like a frenetic genie fleeing the wishes of the grieving, until each molecule sniffs an identical epiphany, and so they scatter, each citing its own nest, a drop of water, a grain of sand that did not know him.
Beautiful, Kelly. Beautiful. Hey, Dig, are you in the house? Dig Wayne. Who's going to come? Hey, they told me you're going to Zoom, Dig, but I'm going to go back. I have to come back to you if you made it, because I don't hear you. How about you, Dean? Did you make it? Dean Okamura.
Yeah, I'm here. Can
Okay,
you hear me?
please. Yes, sir.
Okay. This is my poem. It's called My First Birthday After I Died. Eyes open after I died, and I found myself whole in mind and body among the angels, angels of every sort, like every painting in any museum. They told me it was my first birthday after I died. I asked why I was not wearing glasses, but I saw everything clearly, and the angels explained that our first birthday was when we became whole, that we needed to be aware to grasp the next transition. They told me it would be my second birthday after I died. Around me were those who rose, and they too were whole in mind and body, free of their traumas, be it cancer or dementia or acts of war. I remember one woman could not stop talking about hearing in her right ear. It had been ruined for 50 years after her husband slapped her senseless. I can hear with both ears, she said. I said, I can see without glasses. And we smiled. The place is curious, but we do not eat, no physical activities, and no natural sights like hills or trees. I can best describe my surroundings as a tabletop cloaked in a flat fog. Time is curious. The angels tell us that each of us experiences time and eternity in individual ways. So confusing to see people who died centuries before me and died years after me. I found a baseball, but no one wanted to play catch, so I tossed the ball with all my might. I tried to find the ball for hours without success. An angel told me that I passed the ball long ago. They took me back. I picked up the ball, but when I tried to thank them, they were gone. Eternity is hard to get used to. I stay away from the priests who resemble old men with a look of constipation on their faces. They mutter about what should be happening. Someone said there is a philosopher who can explain all things, but the seer was not to be found in heaven, hell, earth, and air, in endless search and never there. I learned there was a time to write a poem of any size or style. Most people liked my poem when I shared the words. A few complaints about rhyme, showing tally, one upset that it did not mention butterflies, and one said the poem was verbose. When one thinks nothing changes or nothing stays the same, the angels tell me it's still my first birthday. When I forgot which draft of the poem, they say my second birthday is starting. My friend, I leave this poem for you. See you on your second birthday if we share the same fate. Thank you.
All right, so hello again. For those that are just joining in, I'm Jesse Tobar. I am Latanya Smith's right hand when it comes to social media. So I just want to make a special announcement to those that are here in person for this release party. So for those that are here today, there are croissant sandwiches for everyone that's here, a choice of turkey or ham. So I'm going to hand this to everyone that is here in this space. So when you come again, maybe in January, we will do the same thing, and you can try one of these delicious sandwiches, or you can come like maybe tomorrow and try the same thing: turkey or ham croissant sandwiches, whether it's breakfast or lunch style. Breakfast contains egg. Lunch contains lettuce and tomato. Thank you so much.
All right. Now back to poetry. Okay, Dean, thank you.
Yes.
Our next poem, Molimao Fatu, a first time submitter for Spectrum, but we're going to bring him right up. I heard him on a Zoom meeting. Here we go.
Thankful for being published here on Spectrum Publishing. It's my first time being published on the Spectrum. This poem I'm reading is called My Eulogy Funeral. It's just visioning myself like not being there, being gone from my body, but like just witnessing my funeral from above, I guess. So here we go. Whatever time I leave this place they call Earth, I wonder who will be there as I lay for one last time in my silver and black casket. As those who loved me will say their testimonies about our relationship together. My Nubian Queen Goddess Jen and our Afakashi mixed children on her side. saying their last goodbyes, transitioning into the next life, waiting for them when the time comes. People who have hurt me will come to say their final words, but should have not waited for me to sleep, for them to ask for forgiveness. Say it now or forever hold your peace. My wife and family will miss me, of course, as they will also shed tears and laugh about the good times we had. Read the poems from my books I left behind. The poetry family will be there too, to recite poetic soul pieces dedicated to me. The South Pacific Islands will have a day of silence with the flags half-staffed. In remembrance of me, for my legacy will live within you all. Worldwide from Long Beach to Pasadena, to Samoa, to the motherland of civilization, Africa. My love and kindness will live on because of you all, for always being there for a Uso. A Uso who poured his God-given gift to the world, a world so cutthroat and cruel. But I remain optimistic through most of it. For I wanted that dash between the birth and my departure from here to mean something, something greater than myself, to let people know that money doesn't measure your worth, for that is how you treat people, is what they are going to remember. Not the jewels, not the bank account, not the big house, not your physique, but your character. That's what they will remember. So live your life to love yourself and to spread that love to others. We all need love. Don't wait till my final nap as I lay to say something. Say it now while I'm still here, before I transition into paradise with my ancestors. This is my eulogy funeral. Thank you.
All right. I think my next poet is in the house. She's normally in the house. I don't see her on the Zoom screen. But Rose, R.A., Raoud, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Thank you, Rose.
Oh, hang on, I will share my screen. See if that works. Anything coming up? There we go. Okay. So this is about residential schools in Canada. Since the 28th of May, almost 2,000 unmarked graves at 10 different sites have been confirmed and reported of children who were buried without any information whatsoever at the schools. And there were over 130 of these residential schools, which operated until 1996. This one's called 1874. That's the number of graves so far identified as graves as of the 30th of September. The Divine Church, an undivine state, declared, the only good Indian is a dead Indian, so kill the Indian and the child. Well, they did. Since suffering builds character and budgets are always tight, it is necessary that the elimination of Indians be planned and carried out carefully. Suffer the children to come unto me. Oh, they did. Spare the rod and the child might live. Nothing was spared in the spoiling of the children. Quietly they rotted in hidden graves, their unrecorded names not forgotten, scars carried for generations. Oh, they did. Thou shalt not kill. Their bones as tiny as the day they died, strong bones, talking bones, the truth will always out. Oh, it did. The divine church and the undivine state are uneasy in the face of evidence. Tiny shoes walk up the cathedral steps. It no longer matters when the flag will fly to the mast. Blind innocence is dead. There are not enough maple leaves to cover the unhidden bones of the innocents. And the dead shall rise again. Oh, they have. Oh, they have.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Rose. Okay, is Gerda here? Gerda Levine, are you in the house? I didn't think so. One second, please. No, okay. You got to get the food right. And so we wouldn't want anyone to eat uncooked food. So, Gerda, are you in the house? Okay, I don't think so. So I'm going to bring up my friend Mel Shear. First time, your second time. Anyway, he's in now. He's a good poet. Here he is.
Embouchure, Paris, 1960. Recorded live, miles and train. My afternoon, well spent, listening. Mouths blowing breath past lips, coaxing life from brass. Wordless, the word. Running by the crepuscular shore, cobalt blue darkened to ultramarine. Surf became luminescent, each cumber reprising those trumpet and tenor sax tones. Beneath the timbres of my own paced breathing. For minutes on end, I was able to float, thoughtless, on winds that one night cloyed the air 60 years ago.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, we're moving right along. We're going to have to pick up the pace to get through this book. Joe, did you show up? I know you got your book. I gave it to you yesterday. Joe Greco, did you show up? Jack Bowman, did you show up? Go ahead, bring it. All right, Jack. How about Radomir? From the hospital? No. Mark from Tehachapi. Did you zoom in? Mark from Tehachapi did not zoom in. Hetty Habra. Hetty didn't show up. All right. How about Bill Cushing? He usually comes to the live event. So Bill didn't show up. Okay, hey, we're moving right along. I knew this thing wouldn't take long. All right. Carly Creeley is the artist, and she's got a nice piece of work there.
She left early.
But she came in, but she took off. But she didn't have an appointment. Dr. Reyna is not in the house. So are you in the Zoom, Doc? Nope. Moving right along. So we're all the way. We made it to Charles Harmon. Charles, you're up.
Oh, all right.
Okay, hello everybody, and happy birthday to Don Kingfisher Campbell, who was born on Halloween. Let's see if I can cue this thing. Oh, man. Oh, there we go. Everybody know this song?
Yes.
We all play it at political rallies to show how patriotic they are. But anyway, we have a lot to thank John Campbell for, not to mention Callowkey and T.T. and Coco and so many people. This has become a great organization. So, yeah. My friend Bruce Blue Spookstein wrote this song, and I'd like to invite you to sing along as best you can. Born in LA on a Halloween, poet king Pasadena scene, captain of the Spectrum Poets team, poetry man, if you know what I mean. Born on a Halloween, born on a Halloween, happy birthday to the poetry king. Born on a Halloween. Okay. Well, this is kind of weird. I want to face the audience, but I guess there's an audience in cyberspace. Yes. Or is that the metaverse? Well, anyway, this is my verse. Divining from the dead. Wow, I was lucky. I was born long ago enough that I got to see some of the rock and roll legends. And sadly, some of them are no longer with us. So my advice is, if you want to see them now before it's too late. This is the end. Thus spake rock poet, prophet, Mr. Mojo Rising, the Lizard King, Lord Jim, Sir Dance on Fire. But 50 years later, he is more famous than ever, although he died of a drug and alcohol overdose at 27, same as Jimmy and Janice and others of the Empyrean Pantheon. So maybe it was just a new beginning. When I lived in Paris, I paid Jim a visit at Père Lachaise, final resting place of millions, including many of France's most famous artists, musicians, writers, actors, and poets. An empty whiskey bottle rested on his grave, which was surrounded by fans from many nations, most of them already drunk at mid-morning. They explained that every night fans left booze for the blues man to enjoy, and every morning it had disappeared. A likely story. Maybe all drunk and high at midnight, they could imagine a thirsty skeletal hand reaching up from the grave to imbibe. I saw the Doors in '68 at Long Beach State, where Jim got so drunk and drugged that he fell off the stage. While the band played on, acting as if nothing had happened, and Ray Manzarek tried to sing like Magic Mojo Man, which is a big mistake. Stick to the keyboards, man. Finally, some guys up front heaved the besotted rock star back onto the stage, where he rolled around for a minute, grabbed the microphone, and staggered to his feet as if nothing had happened and he hadn't blacked out for 15 minutes. But I was starting to think it was just an act, part of Jim's bad boy image, and that they did it at every show, but he really did like to get blasted. Well, all right. Last time I saw the Doors was an all-day rock festival at San Diego State Stadium in '72, full of great acts and music. But they saved the best for last. Just as the sun was going down over the Pacific, a big black limousine pulled up to the stage and 3 doors opened, but only 3 doors got out. Not Jim Morrison this time, because he had died the year before in '71 while living in exile in Paris. Not such a great set this time without Jim's vocals and songs. What can we learn by divining from the dead? For one thing, the Doors may have gone on to create even better and better music, but now we'll never know. As Tom Lehrer quipped, when Mozart was my age, he'd been dead for 20 years. We do know that a lot of rockers and rappers and singers and actors and athletes and everyday people died too young. Maybe they were potty trained too early, spanked too much, or not enough. Who knows? Maybe they got too much attention, craved it as adults, and self-destructed when they feared its loss. So many rock stars now are dead and divine, and many people want to be famous, even if only for 15 minutes, even if they have to do something crazy, kill themselves or others. How much more satisfying just to write a poem, even if no one reads it, paint a picture or write a book just for oneself, but of course you can read a spectrum and be appreciated by millions. But the seeds of destruction are planted in everyone, and no one gets out of here alive when the music's over. At least some souls danced on fire until the end.
All right. Is Jennifer Dotson in the house? Okay. Hey, Gary, did you make it? Gary Spain, good poet. Read his poem, folks. The World Without. Okay, well, I know my friend Rick Liddy is in the house because he's in the house. Rick.
Okay, get a chance, read the cartoon. It's your obligatory.
Boy, cartoon is in school.
Yeah, there we go. Your obligatory dead cat cartoon. This poem's about going to my wife's mother's house after she died, and I kind of came to the realization that every house is kind of a haunted house. This empty house, this closed book. We drive around the familiar city, streets filled with context, haunted, cloud-filled forever horizon skies swarming with memories and little else. The summer wind promises storms, swaying silhouettes dance dark against the dying gunmetal dusk. Escape leaves butterfly and land green on green against the grass. Temporary mandalas here then gone, rearranging, changing with each gust. This home, this empty shell swirling with ghosts, shadows waiting, time bombs ticking in every corner around each turn. You pick and choose recollections, excise bits and pieces of completed lives, dismantle the years and put them in boxes. Do you want this? You ask each other. When you want it all. You want this home to be what it can never be again. Them, ambered in time, frozen in place forever. The loved ones now scattered in piles about this house. A landscape familiar yet unrecognizable, now covered in jagged glass. Each step an agony of loss, every movement quicksand, an acknowledgement of the inevitable. This silent place filled with your childhood, this vessel containing all the good and bad, this home that is all of you and all of them, the past slowly flowing from it, emptying into an uncertain future, away from this house that you have loved and always will.
Thank you. Rick Liddy, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We got a latecomer coming to the house, but we'll double back to him. We'll keep going right now with Jackie Chow. Jackie, come on up.
Thank you, Jesse, for reading part of it earlier. My poem is called Another One Bites the Dust. He swings me around as we dance the cha-cha. My chiffon dress flares, iridescent, under the strobe light. My feet in sync with the upbeat tune until the end of the song. He leaves me to sit alone, chooses another girl for a more intimate dance. The Argentine tango. Another butterfly breaks her wings. Another heart bites the dust.
Folks, if you ever want to just eat your heart out, just get a volume of Jackie's poems. Just eat your heart. Gee, Jackie. Tom Garcon, did you join us from Idaho, from Boise? Boise, Tom, are you in the house? Yes, he is.
Poetry can't die. Oh. Poetry can't die because it all started with poetry. But the poetical books of the Bible, Job, who was tested by God, brought civilization's first beat, pulses, to awaken a sleeping titan named humankind. Poetry can't die if we all wish to live. Poetry shouldn't die and won't die so that generations can learn from poetry, pass it down legacy of words. Children find paths through crowded chaotic masses, a metropolitan melting cultures of classes, races, colors, creeds. Poetry hadn't died in my heart. It was born as a saint on spires and challenges. Poetry laughs like a circus clown of social justice, singing along with venerable crooners, destined and died. Poetry resurrects from summits we surrender to. Poetry wonders with confused youths, free to self-destruct, remembering that the crux of joy, beautiful and worth the meaning. Poetry never sold itself, quite bargained as worldly woes. Common marvel and traditional fears, or clustered in harmonious thoughts. Poetry frees me as it empowers you, restores me from this void of us all, in lines, stanzas, cantos, that can only chant among such echoes of time.
Oh, yeah. Well, with poets like you, it won't die. Good work, Tom. Is Michelle Angelini in the house? Okay. Ken Scott's in the house. Let me get away. Go ahead, Ken.
The piece that I submitted to Dead and Divine focuses on the divine aspect in an erotic sense, in that it deals with the erotic full-figured woman as a bearer of life, of fertility, of sexual joy and freedom. This piece is called Forever Pregnant. She is forever pregnant with me, heavy with my love, my deepest affections. Her passionate fertility is fulfilled by my most faithful seed of virility. Her moist, hungry soil is satisfied by my ardent plowing, my most amorous sowing. My gentle, nurturing earth mother is eternally fat with my erotic ecstasies, bearing life in the heat of our joys. In our marriage bed of loves, we shall be forever locked in passionate, rhythmic embrace. Her massive, vast, quivering full moon buttocks are pregnant with motherly heat. She deeply rubs their cleavage against my erect man stick to kindle the insatiable fire of my most potent ejaculations. The valley of her full moon yearns to be wet with my overflowing love seed, yearns to be forever pregnant with me. And her moist, pouting blossom shall scream with ecstasy when filled to overflowing with me. Her titanic breasts undulate with countless gallons of passionately smothering udder flesh. Like a playful young girl, a freaky breast sex cow, she gleefully buries my erect tower of manhood between her most satisfying mountains of love milk, causing her warm, deep breast valley to be forever pregnant with me, with my overabundant cream of potent joys. And with her doting, docile passions, she faithfully nurses me with the nipples of her most pregnant love udders, and her gallons of breast flesh slowly undulate with the massive power of her deep, smothering cleavage, which forever thirsts, hungers to be impregnated by the yearning erection that is me. My beloved, let the heat of our fiery embrace bring forth cities of bliss. Let your sweet joys be multiplied as I pour forth my potent cream into your yearning fertility day and night. Let me plant my erect fountain of bliss into your deep, moist, warm, hungry, smothering valley, that she may ripple and undulate with orgasmic ecstasy year after year. My sweet lady, my satisfying wife, my divine freak, my delicious child, you are forever pregnant with the love that is me.
Alejandro Morales. Are you in the house? No, he's not. Okay. Marsha Greco's got a nice piece of art in the book, so check it out. Jeffrey Jensen, you work in the library, or did you make it away? Jeffrey didn't make it. Polly, you were there. You still with us? Pauline Dutton. Polly.
Oh, how can I follow Ken? Wow. This is something I wrote after someone died, friend. It's a charita, which is 6 lines, and each line does something. So anyway, here it is. When they leave this world, they'll move into my heart, just as they know I'm there when I'm not. That's it.
You know, Pauline, Kingfisher published a different tanka. He didn't publish a charita. He published a tanka, the ghostly tanka. Do you have that one available?
Yes.
Would you please read that one for us?
Oh, okay. No more galloping with ghosts, tracking in the mud, Monet's nearsighted water lilies.
Okay. Thank you, Pauline. Okay, good. Patricia Murphy, I don't think she's here. She's probably with Radomir. Okay, how about Sarah Rose Dirksen? Is it Dirksen? Yeah, no. That's your niece? Yeah. Tell us about it. Come on, tell us. Get up here and tell us about your niece. Beautiful piece of work.
This is one of my nieces, and Sarah's a great artist, beautiful young lady, and she gave this picture to Grandma for a gift years ago. And while I was clearing up Mom's house last year after she had gone to heaven, I discovered this in the trash.
Wow.
And so I quickly deduced that my crooked, crazy sister had thrown it in the trash. Like she had a lot of Grandma's stuff and other people's stuff. But anyway, I resurrected it from the trash and sent it back to my sister. So it got back. But I thought that should be in here because it's a resurrected picture.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's a cool resurrection. Okay, so send this to your niece, Charles. Okay, Lori, you're up. Lori, come on up.
Glory, 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 glory.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone. My poem is called Contemplation. Round bulbs buried inside pot of dirt. Naked branch stuck in ground. Both appear to be dead, but once watered, over time, warmed by sun, fresh life sprouts. As I lament for all that has died in my life, may the seeds of what remains come alive when touched by living water of my divine God, sprinkled with grace and bathed in his light. I pray new growth, burst through darkness with a fresh purpose, as I follow the plans already laid out for me when I was first formed in the womb.
Sorry, Jim. My fault. All right, all right, Mom told me to stand up when women come by. That was the problem. No, we're gonna double back real quickly before Rose Sherfan. I'm doubling back to Dig Wayne, who did make it. So Dig, please come up and entertain us.
Thank you. Oh, hello. I'm so glad to be here in person. I made a special effort. I'm so sorry I'm late, but I wanted to come and be here in person. What's that? I found it. Thank you. This piece is called I Am Everything in My Dreams. You were a doe-eyed demon. I was horrified. Chasing me down a bleak country road. My legs were broken, but I could still run a little. Suddenly, you wore a police uniform, and I was black. The closer you got, your eyes became fiery pinwheels. Your Irish accent slipped and fell on the ice. Your coat was double-breasted. It was the old days. My bones still had shadows and my brother was alive. You placed your cold hands over my eyes like peekaboo. My legs ached. I saw you through the cracks, vulnerable, dangerous.
Okay, now let's move it on forward. Rose Sherfan, you are up, please.
Okay. All right, mine is, do we still have a chance? Oh, the Almighty, the Divine, I ask in advance to be forgiven if erred. But on the dead through natural disaster, not enough sacrificial offering. Why catastrophe keeps happening? Wildfire burns more mountains every summer. Smoking air is getting thicker. Blood drawn more cities each storm season. Land is torn beyond repair. Sea ice in polar regions is shrinking fast. The vital sign of Earth is alarming. As the global temperature curve is steadily going up the past century. And man still goes on with his accustomed life. Does what is right in his own eyes. Follows his self-justified ethics. We can never work as one. Some people's effort is readily negated by others' recklessness. We live under one giant roof on this very same earth. We can't separate air, barricade ocean water, confine heat to one region. We only have cumulative karma. One man's error, all mankind suffers. Do we still have a chance. Omnipotent Lord, praise him to us. Amen.
Go ahead.
Way to go, Rose.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, people, I'd like to bring up the managing editor for Spectrum, the man who keeps Spectrum alive, G.T. Foster.
Thank you. The Trump of rumor. Legend says sister split hairs gave brother Event consent to partake of the first sin. And when content, she spawned and birthed twin sons, rumor and fact. The two were raised with different goals intact. In fact's defense, born without immunity, his frail health required he stand with impunity and never lie. That's why the parents kept back, secreted away. But strong, multifarious rumor, adorned with style, was allowed to run rampant, unfettered, all day. As adult sibs, both had cribs in the tiny town of Truth. Full-blown rumor resided on the fringe where wild echo mimicked his brother's voice like a sound booth. Rumor bragged he'd breed quicker than tongues wag, while stubborn fact, buried beneath minutia so vile, spent as much time cleaning smears as clearing the pile. Albeit not in threadbare fear, for fact bore a certainty tag. Few but friends of fact considered his work essential, for compared to blind soothsayers, it was quite provincial. Like when bold rumor hinted votes concealed dirt and throng, though fact presented quotes to reveal not a scent of wrong, wondering minds decided to chide neither side as strong. Exact fact lacked speed knack, while rumor raced so fast his often iffy views spread first, and fact's news was read last. But rumor desired to sire his sibling's clone. Rumor grew grossly popular as fact fans sharply declined, till his few faithful allies devised a revealing ad hoc surprise verity test, which laid rumor to rest and left fact alone divine. Hey, for those of you who have the book and followed, sorry, the poem is never dead. It was published and it's still changed. Hey, next up, we've got Richard Dutton. Richard, please. All right. Good. Yes.
Death and divine. Where foremost all jobs are taken by robots connected to clouds and centralized AI control. What is the fee for a new body for your robot that can keep the same brain or brain content? There is so much AI transmission going on, but we run out of cloud space. Robots don't vote, but some become citizens. Central AI knows what each one thinks. Since robots do have our two-way body language and facial expression, what kind of AI job is it that an AI robot can't do or can do better than humans? Electricals can spend endless time traveling in outer space, propelled by sun sails or by atom or nuclear power. If thousands fly in different directions, will they find a habitat for humans? If we humans all die by viruses, overpopulation, we are still growing. And extreme climate change, will we become divine to robots and central computers?
It's certainly a thought.
Oh yeah. And in 1917, social robot in 2017, social robot Sophia was given citizenship by Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Moving right along. Yeah. Pearl Lou, did you make it?
Pearl, you can look it up on Google.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. How did she vote? Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. I don't think Pearl's in the house, but and Chris Askew, I don't see you in the house. So Gary Jacobelli, nor do I see you, Gary. Well, let's see then. How about Samantha M? No, she's with Gary. All right. Then we come to Mira. Mira is in the house. Yes, Mira, you still here? Yes?
I'm here.
Oh, please, take it away.
Dedicated to Don Kingfisher, life and death. Death is only a part of life, not the last word. Life is a part of death, a new invitation. The longest night may be approaching, but only then you find out you are never alone. Life puts death in perspective. Death puts life in it. Resurrection reconciles both. Take nothing for granted, let you may lose it. Out of brokenness, find abundance of love to serve others.
All right. Thank you, Mira.
Thank you.
John, I don't know this next poet, Askew. Do you know this poet, Askew? All right. Is he here? Oh, okay. Askew's not here. Okay. Then Don Kingfisher, come to the mic. Woo! Happy birthday, Don! Don! Happy birthday, Don! Happy birthday to you! Birthday! Oh, it's coming soon. Coming soon. Please, back. Mom.
My actual birth moment is 1:21 a.m. Not there yet.
Oh, tomorrow.
1:20 a.m. Tonight.
Oh, tonight. Yeah, tomorrow, Halloween day.
That's what it said.
Yeah, okay.
On that happy
Halloween
note,
day is born.
this poem called Fear. Every time I go outside, I risk death. Even though I wear a mask, I have to take the KN95 off if I'm going to eat in a restaurant with only a few patrons. As I effortlessly inhale my surroundings, I can't help but need to ingest a burger made by gloved hands from another life, much worse, working in trepidation. That existence might be traded for $15 an hour, multiplied by a business day. What happens when we return to our vehicles, speed back to our waiting homes, lock the door, and feel the need to open the windows?
see the immediate world, the one worn, each diurnal in thoughts, which ponder what to do about all this illness born by the breath of someone standing too close because they are so impatient to relive the past. Lives we all had, now just an eternal memorial of freedom. Nobody realized how valuable it was to be able to walk without thinking. The world might kill me today, simply since it has been possible, and steps plodding ground after first cry. Now, frightened, mind flashes at the misses, understands to live is to gamble. That here isn't a nowhere until something shuts down the biological processor. It means violence as a floating.
Okay, we're rounding it out, folks, but we still have good poems left. In fact, I'm going to bring one up now. James, are you still in the house? James Coates. Here's one.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
It's been wonderful listening to all the poems. You folks is good. All right, this is titled, What is Left? Nothing is lost with what is left. There's no pain in a better place. All is the wage paid to death. Fortitude and failings both rest in flesh. Brightest lights come from the darkest space. Nothing is lost with what is left. Sudden passing snatches breath. Pray a divine slumber of peace. All is the wage paid to death. No more battles of enormous heft, or memories grin in morning's faith. Nothing is lost but what is left. No matter gone in a body's death, a voice lives on beyond this race. All is the wage paid to death. In art and love, a brother bereft, wishing for a hug to embrace. Nothing is lost for what is left. All is the wage paid to death.
Rocket James, Rocket James. Hey, you want to commend the house? I commend you. Bless. You make the house strong, James. Good work. Patrick Thomas Jeffries. I think you're in the house, Patrick. I thought you were in the house, Patrick.
Yeah.
Good.
Please.
Wonderful
poetry, everybody. Happy birthday to Don.
Woo!
All right, here we are. The prospect of death gives every man the concept of nothing to lose but the last breath. The objective is to align with mankind as the divine and shine until the blood breathes the world is mine. That is one of the ways we can conquer space and time. All of us on our own square foot of space, raging like little earthquakes, longing to come face to face, becoming a turbulent dance with destiny and fate. And we learn to refrain from throwing blows, getting nifty with our toes, feeling the madness of the flow. For there is truly the eternal now, then there is now here left to go. It is the ego's quest for immortality where the tracks are laid for the train of fame as we bear our soul and hustle to sustain the eternal flame within the mystery from where it actually came. Until we are in the desert making our way, find feather, bone, and blood wildly dancing in the rain, celebrating that we are all different, or in that way, we are all the same. Entertained by the infinite styles we represent playing the game in a kaleidoscope chain.
All right. It's been a wonderful day of poetry. And we're going to bring up Coco to bring us to round us out. She's the last person in the house. And so here it is. Coco, thank you, Coco.
Hi, everyone. When you receive the book, you'll see this beautiful image that I took quite some time ago. Kind of fits the poem. The savage one is you. This world is still plagued with injustice. Pilgrims broke the peace pipe the moment they stepped foot on mother's soil. They tore her dress and raped her in front of her children. Savages is what they called us. Our bloodline waters the soil they built their empires upon. Scattered traces of dust petals across the land is all that is left. 326 reservations, a symbol of water in comparison to the ocean of life we once knew. A merciful divine God, they pray to change our savage ways. As they breathe death and disease into our lungs, they seek only to ravage this land, scavenging like malnourished wolves. Nothing will be left when they finally manage to consume all that their stretched bellies can fill.
Wow. That is a day of poetry, folks, and that is the launch of Spectrum 29, The Dead and the Divine. So, get your copies. I have 10 left. So hit me up while I still have 10 left. Thank you. Any other announcements?
Oh, wait. Anyone that bought cupcakes want to enter your names on this raffle real quick before we end the event? Because there is a cupcake raffle ongoing right now. There's some catering. That's Coco.
Okay, so I think I'm going to just check. Okay, we got an announcement. Mr. Kingfisher's coming up. So come on. Go ahead, I'm just checking something. I need to save that so I can address if people are requesting.
So it's $1.
$1 raffle. Don't end the meeting yet. Just wait. We're announcing a winner, so just keep it live, okay? Keep it live.
It's $1 raffle.
We're doing the raffle right now.
Yeah.
And you will get one free dozen of the most popular cupcake, which is the caramel apple chocolate.
Just a reminder before we do the drawing, next Saturday is going to be the first Saturday in November. It'll be a writing workshop. So if you're interested in writing poetry, 3 p.m. next Saturday, only on Zoom.
Oh, yeah. No problem. Thank you. Rick Letty?
Rick Letty.
Yeah. Just keep it live. Don't shut it off yet.
Not a winner? Oh, okay.
Hang on a second. We're still trying to gather last minute stuff. All right.
We announced names. I thought,
All right. Jackie gets one. What? All right. And then
someone else.
Jackie is
reading the comments.
I know you're Charles, but this one. No. Jackie was Jean. Yeah.
By the way, if you haven't done so already, read Jackie Chow's poem with the tune. Another one bites the dust in your head. Imagine Freddie Mercury singing her poem. It really works.
What happened?
Oh, just telling them that if they read your poem, and then you'll do something like Freddie Mercury.
Oh, really? Okay.
I would demonstrate if I was sitting.
Charles,
people in the house, I just want to say, Spectrum stays alive. Okay, it's a venue where emerging riders, new riders, get branded, you know. I mean, we don't reject mini colors. It's a venue where people get public, but we stay alive through the subscriptions of, you know, people who can't afford it. Subscribe $40 a year, and you allow other people who can't afford it.
Anyone else?
Okay,
We
so
have
please consider becoming a subscriber.
Coco, Jackie, Bill, Charles. Anyone else?
What happened? What happened? I'll put one in. We pull one in. All right, so.
Anyone missing one? No? Okay.
The winner of today's costume contest, Coco.
Yeah, keep it live. Don't shut it off yet. Don't shut it off. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yeah.
Did you put one in there? Oh, gosh. Yeah. All right. Okay. Alrighty, everyone. For those that are watching on Zoom on the Saturday Afternoon Poetry Zoom page, we have a cupcake raffle going on with Simone B. Publishing. Her cupcakes are amazing. So whenever you can come out to Pasadena, California, you can just try her cupcakes whenever they're available for her pop-ups. And for those that are on YouTube, we have mentioned our social media page. We do have a cupcake raffle going on today. So I'm gonna go ahead and announce the winner in just a few seconds. Alrighty? Yeah, 30.
29.
Okay.
Okay, close your eyes.
Yeah. All right. I'll close my eyes. Okay. Okay. I got a winner.
All right, don't mess. Hold on.
All right. So when should I announce it?
2 seconds.
All right. A few seconds. Ready?
I am ready. Who's the first winner?
All right. So the first winner for our cupcake raffle with Simone B. Publishing is Molly Fatu, who is published in Spectrum 29. All right. So our second winner, I will. Okay. Let's wrap this through. Okay. So our second winner. Okay. Okay. So our second winner. Alrighty, give me 1 second, right? Everyone on the internet, give me 1 second. I apologize for inconvenience.
Technology.
I know, right? Yes. Okay. So our second winner for this event is Charles Harmon, also in 29. Woo! Charles Harmon, if you want to claim your prize, please contact us through the My Place Cafe social media pages or through Saturday Afternoon Poets Facebook. We will try to get that prize to you as soon as we can, okay? All right? I will even try to contact you by contacting Don as well so we can make that as prompt as possible so we don't have any delays for you, all right? All right, so this is a Spectrum 29 public, Spectrum 29, the Dead and Divine release party. We hope you had a great time watching this event, and you guys have an amazing Halloween. Have a good night, everyone. And Spectrum 30. So that that's the next in print issue that's coming out in January 2022. The deadline for that event is, let me double check real quick on the Saturday Afternoon Poetry website on Blogspot real quick, so I can let you all know on YouTube. Oh, January 9th. January 9th, that is Sunday, January 9th, for Spectrum 30. For that issue, you can write any poem or prose poem that mentions the word 30 in it. Whatever topic it is about, as long as it mentions the word 30. Alrighty? And then the release party for that will be announced as we in a few months, alrighty? And we hope you have a great Halloween, everyone. Oh yeah, Spectrum Social Media Trust deadline for that one is November 20th. The release party for Spectrum Social Media Trust is the last Saturday of November on Zoom or Facebook. Spectrum Publishing. We hope you're coming out for that and submit for that as well. And then here on My Place Cafe, next Saturday, we have Christian Kid, who is a Spectrum regular. He will have his poetry reading at 2 p.m. Christian Kid will have a poetry reading here at 2 p.m. We hope you come on out. And remember to give Simone B cupcakes and a try, and everything else at My Place Cafe a try. Remember to make my place your place. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry.